Today, a new chapter has begun in India's maritime history. The Indian Navy has commissioned INS Tamal, a warship built in Russia. But what makes this moment historic isn't just the ship, it's what it represents. Because this is the last time India will buy a warship from a foreign company. From this point forward, every warship that joins the Indian Navy will be made in India. For years, India relied on other countries to build its naval ships, a practical choice during earlier phases of modernization. But that time is now over. With the commissioning of INS Tamal, India has made it clear. It no longer needs to depend on foreign companies for critical defense platforms. And that's not just symbolic. It's a strategic shift. The warship was built in Kaliningrad, a unique Russian territory that's not connected to mainland Russia, but is instead located between Poland and Lithuania. INS Tamal was constructed specifically for India and has now been officially handed over. It will travel a long route before arriving in Indian waters. You'll see headlines everywhere. This marks the end of foreign-built warships for the Indian Navy. And they're right. This isn't just about a ship. It's about capability, about independence, about pride. India now has the shipbuilding capacity not only to meet its own needs, but to one day export warships to friendly nations. Of course, in the rare event of a sudden, large-scale conflict, India may need to purchase warships quickly from abroad. That's understandable, but overall, the message is clear. India has enough capability today to design, build, and equip its own naval fleet. Despite being Russian-built, INS Tamal has been customized for Indian use. It is equipped to launch the naval version of the BrahMos missile, giving it serious offensive capability. For adversaries like Pakistan, this ship is a nightmare scenario. While Operation Sindoor may have more phases in the future, platforms like INS Tamal are expected to play a key role in any such operations, given their capabilities. What does the name Tamal mean? In Hindu mythology, Lord Indra, the king of the gods, had a mythical sword called Tamal. He used it to win many battles. This warship, INS Tamal, is part of India's sword fleet. It's built for attack. It is, quite literally, a sword of the Indian Navy. The Navy released a video on INS Tamal. It includes everything: the ship's weapons, its name, its origin. The video makes one thing very clear. Although Tamal was built in Russia, it was tailored to Indian specifications. It uses Indian systems, Indian sonar, and was even crewed and trained by Indian sailors. Russian experts were deeply involved in that training. This was a tight collaboration, a deep partnership between India and Russia. The ship is 125 meters long and displaces around 4,000 tons. It's quick, powerful, and punches well above its weight. Now let's talk about its weapons. It's equipped with a 100mm main gun. This gun comes with a stealth cupola and an automatic loading system. It can take down both aerial and surface targets. For aerial defense, it has next-generation medium-range surface-to-air missiles, or MRSAMs. For close-range protection, it features two AK-630 guns. These are fast-firing and highly accurate. For striking enemy ships or land targets, it's armed with BrahMos cruise missiles, known for their speed and precision. Underwater threats? Handled. It has the indigenous HUMSA-NG sonar, designed for long-range submarine detection. It also carries heavyweight torpedoes and a 12-barrel rocket launcher, both made for rapid, high-intensity attack capability. Now let's move to the ship's systems. The bridge is fitted with advanced navigation tech, and it's fully integrated with other ship systems. At the core is a next-gen combat management system, or CMS, which brings together all sensor data to give the crew complete battlefield awareness. For aerial operations, the ship has a hangar that can support Kamov 28 and Kamov 31 helicopters. In emergencies, the ship runs on automated power distribution, firefighting, and damage control systems. And finally, powering it all is a combined gas propulsion system, giving the ship excellent speed and long-range endurance. The crew underwent rigorous pre-deployment specialist training in Karwar, India. Later, they traveled to Russia for advanced theoretical and systems training. This wasn't just ship handling. It was about transforming a group into a combat-ready unit, a cohesive, credible team, warriors and ambassadors both. INS Tamal is both a symbol of strategic partnership with Russia and of India's growing independence. And that matters, especially now. Because in the U.S., lawmakers are openly talking about imposing 500% tariffs on countries that purchase oil and resources from Russia, including India and China. Senator Lindsey Graham has said this multiple times. The bill has already been proposed. If passed, it could deal a massive blow to the Indian economy. Despite this, India has released the video of INS Tamal, proudly stating that yes, this is Russian-built, and yes, we're still working with Russia. This isn't hidden, it's not understated. It's a clear expression of strategic independence, not rebellion, but sovereignty. India is saying, we decide who we partner with, and we stand by our choices. The U.S. bill could pass after July. If it does, it will be controversial and likely trigger pushback, possibly even from within the U.S. itself. Trump, Elon Musk, and other voices may resist it, not because they support India or China, but because the bill might unite the very countries it seeks to divide. In trying to isolate Russia, it could end up pushing India, China, and Russia closer together, geopolitically and economically. That would be a strategic misfire. But today, something deeper is happening. India's message to the world is no longer wrapped in diplomacy alone. It is etched into steel and sovereignty. And INS Tamal is not just a warship, it is a declaration. The last foreign-built vessel India will ever commission marks far more than a military upgrade. It marks the end of an era of dependency and the beginning of something profoundly Indian. This is not just about naval strength, this is about vision, about building a future where India no longer waits for others to protect its interests. It builds the tools to do so itself. From sea to sky, from code to combat, Atmanirbhar Bharat is not a slogan anymore. It's a strategy, a blueprint, a promise. INS Tamal becomes the final chapter of one story and the first page of another. A story where India charts its own course, guards its own waters, shapes its own alliances, and speaks in a voice that is unmistakably its own, calm, clear, and uncompromising. This is the future India is building, and it's only getting started. If you believe in that future, if you believe in a bold, self-reliant India, then join us, subscribe for grounded, thoughtful takes on India and world affairs. Stay informed, stay sharp.